By 2025, over half the US workforce will be freelance or self-employed. But here's the thing no one really talks about. Being your own boss is definitely freeing, but it can also be super overwhelming. You've got the vision, the drive, the late-night Google searches, but where do you even begin? It feels like you need to do everything at once. The marketeer, the designer, the salesperson, the strategist. And if you're doing it all alone, the pressure definitely hits different. But something has shifted. The rise of AI has quietly leveled the playing field. Suddenly, one person can move like a small team, without the burnout, without the guesswork. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 steps to start a lean, clear, and scalable one-person business, one that works for you. Make sure to stick around till the end because without step number 5, you might not be making any money at all. Let's dive in. Step number 1. Find your truth before you find a tool. Before you start worrying about what to sell, just stop and ask yourself this question that most people skip, and they end up regretting in the long run. What kind of business do I actually want to run? Look, this isn't about what's trending right now or what some YouTube guru told you that makes $10K a month or something. It's rather about what feels right to you. And trust me, this is the foundation. Because the truth is, if you don't like what you do and if it doesn't align with who you are, it just won't last. You will burn out, you will procrastinate, and you will basically hate it. This is where people like Dan Koh and Justin Welch get it right. They didn't chase random niches. They built businesses around their beliefs, their skills, and the people they genuinely wanted to help. Let's break it down. Ask yourself, what problems have I already solved in my own life? Look, you don't know anyone else better than your past self. So if you target your past self as the ideal client avatar, then that's the ideal place to start. What do people naturally ask me to help with? What could I spend hours talking about and not get tired? Your past self is your blueprint. If you overcame burnout, maybe you help burnt out 9-to-5ers. If you healed your relationship with food, maybe you start building your story from there. You don't have to invent something brand new. You just have to package your lived experience into something that's helpful for someone else. This is your foundation. Once you're clear on this, then we can start layering systems, structure, and the AI magic to scale it up. But if you skip this part, there is no tool, no strategy, and no funnel that can basically fix a business that's out of alignment. Step number 2, pick a business model intentionally. Now that you know what kind of business feels right to you, now it's time to pick a business model that feels right for your lifestyle, your energy, and your unique strengths. Here I'm sharing 3 starter-friendly models that's ideal for one-person businesses. Pick the one that feels most like you right now. Number 1 is productized services. If you already have a skill like writing, editing, design, branding, this is the simplest way to get started. Instead of doing everything for everyone, you create a fixed offer that solves one specific problem. For example, your offer could be something like, I design clean, simple websites for coaches. If you notice the offer, it's clear, it's easy to sell, and it's easy to systemize later with AI. So ask yourself these questions for clarity. What service do people already ask me for? This is kind of similar to the question that we had in the first section, but this one talks about services specifically. And the second thing you're gonna ask is, can I package it up into a one-liner offer? And these should help you get started. Now, the second business model has to do with digital products. If you like creating things behind the scenes, then this one is for you. Basically, take what you know and turn it into a product people can download, watch, or use. An example here can be you create a Notion template for ADHD entrepreneurs or a 7-day email course to land freelance clients. You basically create it once and sell it forever, and it doesn't involve any kind of calls or meetings. Ask yourself these questions for clarity. What have I built for myself that others could use? What's one outcome I could teach or simplify? The third business model involves a community or coaching. If you like helping people directly or you're great at creating safe spaces for people, then consider coaching or like a paid community. And you can start with a simple offer. It could be something like, I help new freelancers land their first 3 clients, 1 Zoom call a week, $300 per month. Or it could also be like a membership group where people learn and grow together. Ask yourself these questions for clarity. Do I like working with people in real time? Would I enjoy hosting a small group or one-on-one sessions? Look, you don't need to do all 3. You can just pick one that feels right for your skills and your strengths right now. And later, once you mastered that one, you can layer it with the other models. Now let's talk about how to use AI to start building your business faster, smoother, and with less effort. Step number 3, use AI to work smarter, not harder. This is where things start to click. Because as a one-person business, your time is everything. If you're doing it all by yourself, then you're gonna burn out pretty quick. That's where AI comes in. And it's not here to replace you, but it's here to help you move faster, think clearer, and also free up time for you to do stuff that only you can do. Here's how to use it in 3 ways that usually eat up your time. Number 1, brainstorming and planning. You've got an idea in your head, but turning it into something real, that's the hard part. This is where ChatGPT shines. Let's say you want to help freelancers set better boundaries. You could ask, can you outline a simple 3-step productized service for that? You get something to work with in seconds. You still tweak it, it's still your thing, but now you don't have to do everything from scratch. Number 2 is content creation. Posting consistently is one of the hardest things as a solo creator. AI makes it way easier. You can use ChatGPT to turn one idea into a blog post, and then you can repurpose that blog into tweets and LinkedIn posts. You can also use those for your emails. You can then drop that concept into Canva Magic Studio to design a clean graphic. You can again use it to repurpose the same idea for your Instagram stories or your Instagram reels as well. You're not copying or pasting here. You're using it like a creative sidekick. It gives you drafts, you add your voice. And this is how people post 5 times a week without spending 5 hours a day writing. Number 3, the boring admin stuff. You didn't start a business to chase invoices or write the same email 20 times. Tools like Notion AI can help you set up templates for client onboarding, proposals, and even content planning. And if you just need a quick website to get started, Durable builds one in under a minute with sections, copy, and images all ready to go. It's not fancy, but it works, and you can launch today instead of waiting for weeks. You don't need to use 10 tools. You just start with something that feels heavy for you. It can be writing, planning, or designing a website. Use AI to make it feel lighter and see how that helps. The goal here isn't to do more, it's to do less and get more out of it. Step number 4, show your work and attract the right people. Here's the truth, you don't need a big audience to make real money. You just need the right kind of people that know what you do and that trust that you're the person to help them. And the trust part, it starts with you showing your work. Not when it's ready, not when you have made it or something, but it's right now. There's a great little book called Show Your Work by Austin Kleon, and it's basically a guide for creative people who hate self-promotion. One of the learnings is that you don't need to be a genius, you just need to be findable. And the way you do that is by sharing what you're working on and what's working for you, what's not working for you, basically sharing your entire work process. And you can just start simple. If you're building a service, talk about why it matters to you. If you're launching a product, share the messy middle. If you've helped someone get a win, celebrate that story. Always share how you're working, why you're working, and how is that making an impact. And do it on platforms you actually like using. Twitter is for quick thoughts and daily lessons, and it's one of my favorite platforms because here you can find other creators and entrepreneurs that you can connect with as well. Then there is LinkedIn. So if your niche is something where your ideal client is like corporate clients, then this might be the ideal platform for you. Always choose the platform where your client or ideal avatar is likely to hang out more often. Then there is email newsletters to build your community over time. Look, you don't need to fake your expertise. You just have to talk like a real human that's trying to figure it out and just sharing what is working for them. Because most of us, we are actually basically doing that. We are figuring things out on our own and we are sharing what's working for us, right? And the reason this works is because when people see your process, they start to trust you, they start to relate to you, and eventually root for you. Look, this isn't about sharing your story, it's more about sharing your story in a way that is relatable and inspiring for the other person on the other end of the screen. And then when they're ready for help, you're the first person they're thinking about. And that's how one-person businesses grow organically. Dustin Kleon writes in his book, "The act of sharing is one of generosity." You're putting something out there because you think it might be helpful or entertaining to someone on the other side of the screen. That is the whole point. If you work on being ridiculously useful for people, they can't help but ask for your help for more. And there is no gatekeeping here because that comes from a scarce mindset. Here we only promote operating from abundant mindset. So keep showing up, keep sharing your process, and eventually people will find you and will buy from you. Step number 5. Launch the offer before you feel ready. Here's where most people get stuck. They wait too long to launch. They keep on tweaking, perfecting, hoping that one day they might feel ready. But clarity doesn't come from planning. It comes from putting something out there for real. That's why you start with a minimum viable product, an MVP. Pay attention, this is really important. Instead of spending months building something people might not even want, create the simplest version that solves one real problem for one real person. It doesn't need to be perfect or pretty, it just needs to work. Enough to test, get feedback, and improve as you go. It could be a one-page service offer, a paid workshop, a Notion template, or a 60-minute strategy call. You don't need a full website, you don't need a funnel, you just need a clear offer and a way for someone to say yes. Share it publicly, DM a few people you think it could help, start conversations, see what lands, and let that guide what you build next. That's how one-person businesses grow. By launching small, learning fast, and building based on what actually works. So there you have it. 5 clear steps to start your one-person business with the help of AI. Start small, stay aligned, and let the tools work for you. If you found this helpful, please take your shoes off and come on in by hitting that subscribe button, and a like really helps to push this video to more people who need to watch this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.